I think I always knew I wanted to be a teacher. I remember being a kid and reading my library books to the kids I'd sit with on the bus, or I remember getting home from school and I would line my stuffed animals up and I would teach them whatever I learned at school that day. And just as the older I got, the more sense it made to become a teacher. I just feel like that's what I've always been called to do. When I was in high school, I started volunteering with Special Olympics, and that's when I decided that special education was where I wanted to teach. I think one of the greatest challenges that faces students today is there's not a lot of positive role models out there. I think students today feel a lot of pressure that they need to be a top athlete and they need to be an honor roll student and they still need to have a social life and they need to encompass all of these things, but there's no one that really models that. And I also feel like we have a lot of students that don't necessarily fall into what society would call a successful student. I think for some of them, their biggest success in life is that they get to school on time, and that's okay. I believe that education is an ever-evolving art. Every day as educators, we're tasked with meeting these kids where they are when they come to us in the morning and giving them exactly what they need to be successful for that time and day. I think one of the most challenging parts and best parts about being a teacher is every day involves a new adventure. My style of teaching is unique because it's very structured, but it's really informal also. One of the greatest parts about teaching life skills as functional academics is that you get to be more laid back. For example, if I'm teaching a lesson on how to have a conversation, it wouldn't make sense for me to stand in the front of the room and lecture, so we might sit down at a table and chat like we're friends. I get these students when they're freshmen and they stay with me throughout the rest of their educational career, whether that be after 4 years or if they stay until they're 21. So I really get the opportunity to see these guys grow up and change and mature, and every day I get to teach them skills that will help them in their life after high school, whether that be navigating the grocery store, learning to do laundry, asking for help, or what personal information you can share with a stranger, helper, or a friend. There have been so many funny things that happen in my classroom. I feel like every day there's something that we're laughing about. One of the greatest parts about being with these guys all day, every day, is that we get to really hang out and build just a great relationship. So we're always joking around, laughing about stuff. But I think one of the funniest things that happened in my teaching career was when I was a first-year teacher, and I bent down to tie this little boy's shoe, and he cut off one of my curls. And I said, "Oh my gosh, why did you do that?" And he said, "I just like you so much, and I like your hair so much. I just want to take some of it home with me."